I'm Jessica Nunemaker, and this is Little Indiana. 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 I'm Jessica Nunemaker, and this is Little Indiana. I am Little Indiana.
So we're here this morning with Jessica Nunemaker. Jessica is a travel writer who has her own blog. And Jessica, I'm figuring you probably write about your trips to Paris and St. Petersburg and London and stuff, right?
Who needs those big places? I write about Indiana towns.
Indiana towns?
Indiana towns.
And what do you do when you go there?
I find the fun, interesting, unique places to stay, play, and eat.
Now, what is the name of your blog?
Little Indiana.
Now, how did you start this blog? What was the inspiration for it?
Well, we had moved to a small town ourselves. It was just about time to eat, and we kept hearing sirens. My husband said, I'm going to go out there and see if there's something I can do, because it's right nearby. He runs out, he comes right back in and says, there's a parade going on down the street. And I thought, if I live in this town and I didn't know that there's a parade, how many other people don't know what's going on in their own towns? So that's kind of how it started. It was a year in the making from the time I had the idea to figure out the angle I was going to take and the size of the town and how in the world I was going to do this. You might think I'm in a big city dress shop getting fitted for the Tonys, but you'd be wrong. I'm at Ellen's dress shop in Wabash, Indiana. Small towns are destinations, not drive-thrus. One small town, one amazing state, that's Little Indiana.
Do you ever cheat? I mean, it's called littleindiana.com, but sometimes do you go to like Ohio or Illinois and then just tell people it was in Indiana?
Never.
You've never done that?
Never.
Let's do a little role playing.
Hi Bradley, how you doing today?
Hi Jessica.
What's the matter?
Well, I'm looking for something fun to do, but I just can't afford to take the family to Paris like I wanted.
You don't need Paris. You can explore the entire state, your very own backyard, for just a couple $100.
Indiana? That's not exciting.
There's more than corn in Indiana.
Did you believe I was really Bradley?
No.
There's 80 towns in Indiana?
No, there's actually 3,000 small towns in Indiana, but we've hit about 80 of them.
Wow, so you have your work cut out for you. I'm gonna take the Little Indiana Challenge. Where are we going today?
We are heading out to Wabash, Indiana, and it is a phenomenal small town.
What places are we visiting today?
We will go to the site where an elephant decided to leave the circus, a fantastic hands-on interactive county museum, and maybe see a just 3-story beautiful theater.
So here we are in Wabash, Indiana. We're still with Little Miss Indiana, Jessica Nunemaker, and we have come here today to experience and explore what Little Town, Indiana has to offer.
Yeah, this is the Honeywell Center here. So this is the library, isn't that cool? Oh, this is kind of a neat mural here on the side. Very neat building inside. And then across the street from the inn is the theater. It's a really walkable downtown. You don't know.
So I imagine, Jessica, there's a lot of what you know about small towns that people that live there don't even know.
I would say that's probably true. I mean, sometimes you just don't know what's in your own backyard, or you just don't take the time out of your day to check it out. And Little Indiana helps give you a taste of what something is before you go.
Jessica, where are we?
We are at the Wabash County Historical Museum.
This place is actually pretty great, I gotta admit. It's like a little museum of science and industry, just smaller, right?
Yeah, it's still packed with stuff though.
You want to take a look at some of the stuff?
Yeah, let's go see.
All right. Now this is an interesting exhibit. What is this?
This is a hair wreath.
A hair wreath?
Yes.
What's that mean?
If someone was getting baptized or married or there's a celebration, they might cut a lock of their hair and weave it into the wreath, and it's a piece of family history.
So this is made out of human hair?
Yes.
This is an entire wreath made out of human hair?
Yes. You can see, when you see a lot of gray and white hair, there's a good chance.
No, it's very beautiful, and so I'm conflicted about that because it creeps me out, but it's actually pretty intricate and beautiful, right? So what is this, Jessica?
I don't know, I don't work here.
Wait,
I guess it's a
you're
train.
my tour guide. What?
Oh, it's a train.
Oh, okay. So if I was planning a trip to Wabash, I would definitely want to include the Wabash County Museum.
Absolutely. It's a great way to get a feel for how a small town began and where it came from. And it's fun.
I like your dress.
Thanks.
Where we at?
We're at Ellen's Dress Shop in Wabash, Indiana.
Jessica, when you go around to all of these little towns and the great little shops in them, do you see yourself as a travel writer? Do you see yourself as an explorer? How do you actually see yourself when you're doing all this?
Combination. I am a small town explorer.
I'm not just saying this, but it actually looks like a joint in New York or LA.
So Jesse, now that you've been here in Wabash for a few hours, what do you think?
I'm Bradley. I thought we were role-playing. I'm the skeptic. So Bradley, what do you think?
So Bradley, what do you think?
I'm still a little skeptical of small towns, but I'm willing to let you show me around.
Okay, well, next on our list, we're heading to a special site where an elephant stampeded through the front glass window.
An elephant in Wabash?
An elephant.
Jessica, where are we at now?
We're at Modoc's Market.
And I can't help but notice all of the elephants. What's the deal with the elephants down here?
Well, Modoc was an elephant that decided to leave the circus.
Here in Wabash?
In Wabash in 1942, and he came down downtown Main Street, and a woman opened the front door of Modoc's Market. He smelled the peanuts and crashed through, taking out the door frame, window frame, everything.
And that's the story of the greatest elephant in America for 1 week in 1942.
So Jesse, you have to admit, that was pretty cool.
Well, I'm not the one you got to convince. You got to worry about Bradley. No, that was pretty cool. You're right. I admit that you would never think that something that cool would be in a small town in Indiana. When you come to a city, how long does it take before you actually find these interesting stories of people? And he actually told us stories that we didn't get on film that were even just as interesting.
I have readers email me with stories from their town. Otherwise, just talking to people, when you tell them that you write about small towns, they say, well, you know what happened in that building across the street? I mean, they share with me what makes the community interesting.
So Jesse, where are we now?
We're at Eagles Theater in downtown Wabash.
When was this theater built?
1905.
Now, they still show movies here, right?
Yes, they absolutely do.
Now, can I try something?
Maybe. What?
Do you mind? I'm Jesse Harper, and this is Little Indiana. That's pretty good, right?
So Jesse, how'd you like Wabash?
Jesse, I'm Bradley. You couldn't tell, right?
No.
Right, because the skeptic is gone. I thought it was fantastic, really. I took the Little Indiana Challenge, and you beat me. I think that there's a lot of great stuff to see and do in small towns. What do you say about small towns?
They are destinations, not drive-thrus. And that was just one small town. We've got 3,000 more to go to.
Well, next week I'm going to go to Mexico or Peru. Indiana, that is. Okay, that was Jessica Nunemaker and her blog, her travel blog, littleindiana.com.